fan in the state of Louisiana, if not the world, William Taylor from the home at Thibodaux area. Just a reminder that next week on the Midday Show, we're going to tell you how to have a #1 Saints fan in the state of Louisiana. Mr. William D. Taylor, how are you, sir?
All right.
And you are, by the way, from Thibodaux, are you not?
That's right.
And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, he went to different schools together with Bobby Avier, is that right?
No, not exactly.
You went to a different school than he did. Yeah. So, but not the same year, certainly.
No.
You're just a baby. How old are you, sir?
I'm 20.
20 years old?
Right.
Okay, and you're now going to college, right?
At Northeast Louisiana in atmospheric science.
Okay, and you have got to have more Saints memorabilia than anybody I have ever seen. You got a lot of cards, I know that.
Yeah, I got the album with me.
What else have you got besides cards?
Oh, goodness. I got media guides, photos with some players taken from the Hall of Fame in Kenner.
What do you got at home?
At home?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have, like I said, all the Topps cards for all 22 of their years. Couple record albums. A lot of different memorabilia. It's hard to say right now.
Uniform shirts and things like that?
Yeah, I only have one uniform. I got it for myself from a catalog out of Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm. And God, he's got it here, ladies. Is that, what size is that?
That's large.
I could wear this. This is 00, huh?
00.
Any Saints ever wear 00?
Only one Saint, as far as I know, 1970, former wide receiver Kenny Burrow, who later went on to the Houston Oilers.
Oh, I remember. He wore it there, too, didn't he?
He wore it there, too.
Yeah.
And ever since league rules in 1982, no player can wear 00 anymore.
Why?
I'm not sure. You see, the referees used to get confused a lot, because you remember in the early days, like, we had cornerbacks wearing, like, teens and, things like that.
Yeah.
And it just confused the referees a lot of times. So
they'd see 10 and not the other or something?
Yeah.
You couldn't figure it out?
Yeah, a lot of, implications there. So ever since 82, if you play a certain position, you have to wear a number from a certain range.
All right. Now, do you know everything there is to know about the New Orleans Saints? Is that basically it?
Some people would think so, but not everything.
I have in front of me a card, football trading card, with a young man. He's so young here, you can't even recognize him, but it's Danny Abramowitz, and he's signed it for you.
That's right.
And it says Dan was the NFL's leading pass receiver in '69. What year is this card, though? Do we know?
70.
1970. Okay.
Right. That's a bonus set card, separate from the regular set that they issued that year.
Because it's a biggie. It's bigger and thicker than the other cards. Dan was the NFL's leading pass receiver in 1969, voted to the Sporting News NFL East All-Star Team, a 3-year letterman at Xavier. His career figures of 120 catches for 1,685 yards and 14 touchdowns are Xavier records. His top season came as a junior. He had 68 receptions for 738 yards and 10 touchdowns. Dan was the Saints' outstanding offensive lineman in 1967. Of course, he didn't stay with the Saints. He went eventually to San Francisco.
And he finished up there for about a year and a half.
Mm-hmm. And when did he go to San Francisco? What year was that?
I believe that was 1973, midway through the season, I believe.
Okay. I came to New Orleans in 73, so I got to see him a little bit as a Saint here, but not much. All right, now, do you have... I know that I want to have the listeners call and ask you some questions a little bit later on, because you probably have Saints trivia down to a science.
Maybe, I'm not sure.
Okay, but throw me some stuff. Okay. Ask me some stuff, which I'm sure I won't know, but then you'll tell me the answer.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, let me ask you this first question. It's kind of easy. Name the kickoff returner who ran the ball back for a touchdown, the Saints' very first opening play back in 1967.
John Gilliam?
John Gilliam, that's right.
All right.
Okay. Can you name our first starting quarterback in the regular season for 67?
For 67. I was going to say, no. Tom Fears was a coach, right?
That's right.
That's right. First starting quarterback, no.
Well, that was Billy Kilmer.
Oh, Kilmer, okay.
Billy Kilmer.
All right. You see, I came in 73, so that's
okay.
Ask me something after 73.
Okay.
Maybe I'll know.
Let's see. In what year was the first Superdome football game played?
75?
That's right, 75. Let's see. Gosh.
I'll let you think of something. We'll come back.
Okay.
It's 15 minutes after 2 o'clock. On the Midday Show with Ed Clancy from WWL News Radio 87, the world's #1 Saints fan. William D. Taylor from Thibodaux, Louisiana, ladies and gentlemen, is our guest. And would you say you have the largest collection of Saints trading cards?
Possibly. I got most of them for all 22 years.
How much are they worth, do you think?
I really haven't determined that lately. Because I have some of their cards as well as some of the administrators' cards from today when they played football.
Now, when you stopped by our booth over at the Houdat convention.
That's right.
That's where we first met you.
Yeah.
You showed me a Jim Finks card.
I got that too.
Couldn't believe it.
Let me see if I can dig it out.
Jim Finks playing for the Pittsburgh Steelers, I believe.
That's right.
Was it 55, was it?
Yeah, that card is 55.
See, I did retain something. You wouldn't figure. But a lot of people don't realize Jim Finks was a pretty darn good quarterback.
That's right.
And he, of course, as I understand it, the years he played with Pittsburgh, well, weren't that great. Huh?
They weren't the keys to the teams, no.
No. So what else have you got in that duffel bag or whatever it is?
Let's see if I can dig it all out. I got some of the cards I brought with me from Thibodaux, including things like Archie Manning's rookie year that he signed at the Houdat convention. Some media guides, especially this one from 1979.
Give me that one. Give me that.
Okay.
Also, he brought Archie's Army
bow tie.
Is that a collector's item, I guess, right now, huh?
I would guess.
Probably worth some money. Well, we remember Joe Fetterspiel. Conrad Dobler played with us for a while. Also, you were mentioning somebody who was drafted but never played for the Saints, right?
Yeah, I was talking about back in 1967, our expansion draft from the Green Bay Packers. We got Paul Hornung. But he never actually played with the Saints. I believe he retired before training camp.
Do you know if he retired because he couldn't come to terms or because he was going to retire?
It was an injury. I believe it was an injury, knee injury.
All right. So what else? Let me see. Is this Jim Finks?
That's the Jim Finks, yeah.
All right. And, golly, look at that. He was a good-looking guy in those days.
Now, I thought that was something.
Still is, as a matter of fact.
After I met you, I got this card as well of him from 54.
Oh, golly. All right.
I wish I could get him to sign that as well.
He signed one of them.
Right, he signed the 55.
Yeah, I noticed that. Even though Jim received many injuries last season, this is the 56 card, is it?
The one autograph?
This is 55.
Yeah, okay.
Even though Jim Finks received many injuries last season, including a fractured jaw, he performed in his usual excellent fashion, especially in the passing department. Holds most season passing records for the Steelers. Last year broke his own 1952 record of 158 passes, completed with 164 in 1954. Seventh season in pro ball, first three as a defensive halfback before the switch to quarterback. A great competitor. Do they ever say anything nasty about people on these cards?
I don't know. I can't really tell.
Yeah? Let me see. Joe Schmidt was a real bummer last year.
I don't think they give him a card.
Couldn't complete a pass to save his neck.
Yeah, also got here, Tom Pierce, our first head coach, was a wide receiver with the Rams.
I see. I remember Tom Pierce as a player. I don't remember Jim Finks as a player, but I remember Tom Pierce.
That's right.
And this would be 51.
Yeah, 51.
Yeah, 51 it says here. And, of course, he was our first coach. How long did he last as coach?
3.5 years,
really?
I believe. Because I remember in 1970 when they released him and J.D. Roberts became our second head coach, I believe his first coaching day was when Tom Dempsey kicked his field goal.
Is that right?
I believe that's right, yeah.
That would have been, golly, it would make my day, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Tom Pierce, is he still living?
I believe so. I believe he lives out in Los Angeles.
He's back in Los Angeles,
That's
okay.
right.
And what a great picture this is. This is sort of a, it's not a real photograph. It's sort of an artist rendering.
Illustration, yeah.
Illustration. All right, we're talking to William D. Taylor of Thibodaux, Louisiana, on the Midday Show from WWL News Radio 87. Got Steve on the line from Metairie. Hi, Steve. I can hear you breathing. I know you're there.
Right.
Okay, you got a question for William?
Yeah, Bill. William, can you tell me who the first three quarterbacks were for the Saints?
Are you talking the regular season?
Yeah.
Okay, I believe that was Billy Kilmer,
Right.
Gary Quazzo, and another fellow from the Giants named Gary Wood.
All right. I've run into a lot of people that can't remember
That's
his
right.
name.
And I believe, I'm not really sure, I think in preseason that year we had 4 quarterbacks, right?
I don't remember that.
Okay, because I think we had a fourth guy named M.C. Reynolds. I'm not really sure about that. I have to look that up.
M.C. Reynolds.
Yeah,
He went on to the Hall of Fame, right?
Not sure about
Is that a joke, Steve?
Yeah,
I think
right.
so, yeah. Okay. Hey, thanks for calling,
Okay.
Steve. All right, Midday Show with Ed Clancy from WWL News Radio 87. Our guest is William Taylor, the #1 Saints fan in Louisiana. What do you got, Joe, from Algiers?
I got a picture in front of me of 1971, May the 15th, 1971, Times-Picayune.
Mm-hmm.
I've got Mr. Manning. Saints battle another scoreless tie. Who, ask that #1 fan, who was Manning's lawyer? And at that time in 96, who
was Manning's lawyer?
Yeah, who's Manning's lawyer? Who's the manager?
Oh, the manager of the Saints?
Yeah, in 1971.
The coach of the Saints?
Yeah.
The head
manager.
coach? Oh,
the manager?
Yeah.
The general manager?
Yeah.
Gosh. Now he's getting into administration.
1971, yeah.
Gosh.
I got you, didn't I?
Yeah. How about a guess? Is it Dick Gordon?
No.
No, I didn't think so.
I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
His first name was Vic.
Vic. Oh gosh, I can't pronounce his last name. Begins with an S.
Like a Greek name.
Yeah.
Scren.
Scren. Yeah.
Chwenk.
That's right.
Vic Schwenk, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. I never could pronounce his last name.
All right. Well, Joe, that was a pretty low blow.
Ooh, I thought Thibodeau people don't get any respect these days.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm a Saints fan too, you know. And I've been following these guys all the way.
Well, that's great. Now I got to tell people to remind them if they're going to the game to pick up their Yay Boo.
That's right.
Sign.
Well, we don't actually need that, do we?
Well, no, but you don't have to. But it's
well, I was at a game there.
get with the program, Joe. You see, that's what we're hoping you'll do. Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome.
All right.
Nice to listen to your program too.
Thank you, sir. Midday Show from WWL News Radio 87. Let's get to Lloyd from up. Is this Lloyd from Uptown?
It is. I think you spelled boo wrong on the sign, Ed.
No. It's supposed to be bouye, which is a Cajun dish.
Right.
Yeah.
We used to call him Iron Hands Fink. So,
Iron Hands Finks?
Right.
Oh, that's not nice.
Well,
He wasn't a receiver either.
well, he used to catch his own passes.
Oh, okay, I got
back at
you.
him.
I see, okay.
When you're only 5'6".
Lloyd, what do you know? You don't know. You know everything about everything, but I bet you don't know football.
You want to bet?
Do you have a question for William?
I have
Okay.
2 questions.
Yeah.
Who was the place kicker before Morton Anderson and the punter before Brian Hansen?
Oh boy. Okay. Before Brian Hansen, the punter, was that Russell Erkslavin?
Yeah.
Okay. And the kicker. Now let's see. Now I remember we had
It was also Russell, wasn't it?
Yeah, Russell was when he came in 1979, he was the kicker and the punter. In 1980, he got hurt, and so we brought in Gero Upremium and Rick Partridge to punt. I believe the kicker before Morton Anderson, was that Benny Ricardo?
Well, actually, I had Erkslavin as being both.
Well, okay, well,
how much I know about
You were trying to trick question there, and you got
but I
tripped
believe Benny Ricardo was in before Morton Anderson.
Was he related to Ricky Ricardo?
I'm not sure.
Say goodbye, Lloyd.
Bye, Lloyd.
Okay, bye-bye. Midday Show from WWL News Radio 87. Those of you who are on the line, stay on the line. We are going to continue. What a great way to go out on a Friday before Labor Day. Amen. Yeah, you're right. It's 25 minutes after 2. Our guest is William D. Taylor of Thibodaux, Louisiana, the world's #1 Saints fan. Well, Louisiana's #1 anyway. Let's go for it, the world. We'll take a look at our traffic right after these messages. Well, not so tiny. Little football.
From the 1987 season, yeah. I haven't seen the 88 models out yet.
Oh, okay. But I noticed that I almost said Eric Anderson. I noticed that Morton Anderson is not among them.
No. Unless he was holding out then, too. I'm not sure.
Holding out against Kenner.
Yeah.
Toys. I love it. Terry from Kenner, what you got for William?
I just wanted to say that William was right. J.D. Roberts' first game was
the game which Dempsey made his kick.
Uh-huh.
And that was probably the most famous play in Saints history.
That's right.
But my question to him is, what was the play prior to Dempsey's kick?
Now, wait a minute.
Oh, wait a minute. I do know this. I think I know this. Wasn't it a pass to the sideline from Kilmer to Al Dodd?
That was
To
it.
the sidelines?
That
That's
was
right. At the 45-yard line, if I'm right.
All right. No, I'm not surprised William knew that, but Terry, how did you know that?
I was sitting in the south end zone of Old Tulane Stadium watching it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, why would we remember that? Because it got the yardage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The play before that was a kickoff, and everybody had pretty much given up hope.
That's right.
How many minutes were left when the kickoff took place? Do you remember?
It was seconds.
About 16 seconds, huh?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Really? And so they threw it to the sideline to stop the clock?
Yeah, after the kickoff.
Yeah.
Al Dodd ran it back to 28, and then the next pass.
How did they get a playoff after the kickoff?
Oh, he ran
They stop the clock, don't they?
ran out of bounds. And
I don't remember. Yeah.
Oh, from what I remember, Al Dodd ran the kickoff back to 28, which stops the clock.
Did they have any timeouts left?
I'm not sure.
Apparently not. 'Cause they had
Apparently
something
not.
like that.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, Terry, thank you.
All right.
Midday Show with Ed Clancy from WWL News Radio 87. I wasn't here for that. What year was that?
70.
70, all right. No, I wasn't here. John from Metairie, what you got?
The name of the guy who shot all the film and subsequently videotaped was the same.
Oh, I think I know that. You're talking
for Inception.
about Irby Oquin?
Absolutely.
He's from Napoleonville, Louisiana, down the road from my house on LA1.
Wonderful person.
What do you mean?
That's right.
What do you mean he shot all the film?
Well, you need to get him on your show.
What's that?
You need to get him on your show. He's retired now.
Yeah,
He's
that's
on
right.
WWL.
Saints photographer from about
He is
68
a marvelous
days.
person.
Did he work for NFL Films?
No. Well, he might have.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure.
Well, he would shoot the video they would use in training and all that, right?
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Hey, thank you, John.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that. Have a good Labor Day.
Bye.
Midday Show with Ed Clancy from WWL News Radio 87. We're talking to William D. Taylor. Our guest is, our caller rather, is Ross in the CBD. Hi, Ross. How you doing? Doing all right. Are you taking off early for Labor Day?
I'm going to try to, but it's pouring down raining right now, so I don't know if I'll be able to sneak out early.
Well, no wonder our air conditioning is now working because it's raining outside.
It's pouring.
All right. What's your question for William D. Taylor?
Okay, going back to Dempsey's field goal, we all know who the holder and the kicker was. Who caught the ball as it went through the uprights?
No, wait a minute.
Now, wait a minute.
Who cares?
It wasn't a ball boy, huh?
He is still with the Saints.
Boy, now, this is getting ridiculous, man. Let's see.
Well, it couldn't have been...
Now, wait a minute. Who caught the ball when it went through the goalpost?
Exactly.
On the field goal.
On the field goal. Ball never hit the ground.
Couldn't have been Gumbo, could it?
Not close.
No.
No. It wasn't an official, huh?
No, it wasn't an official. He is still with the Saints.
Boy, now, he's got me here.
Wasn't Moist Block, was it?
No.
No. Well,
I'm stuck.
Dean Kleinschmidt.
Dean
really?
Klein. I'll be.
Yes.
God.
and did he, I guess, was that ball, was that like a collector's item? Or it's worth a lot of money?
I can tell you that. It's in the Saints Hall of Fame right now.
Right.
It's insured up to about $5,000 if I'm right.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
Signed by...
I don't think it's signed. It just says NFL, Wilson NFL.
It's
No, I
not
don't think it's signed either, because I've been to the Hall of Fame.
That's right. I don't think it's signed.
Dempsey never signed it, eh?
No.
Golly, I wonder if it would increase or lower the value.
I really don't know.
Just kidding.
All right.
Tom. Ross, thanks for calling, and let me know when it stops raining. No, I know when
Okay.
I will know.
You will.
Yeah, the air conditioner will cut back off again.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Midday Show, WWL News Radio 87. It's 25. Make that 26 before 3. And Lee's on the line from the 9th Ward. Lee, what you got?
Yeah, I got a question for Mr. Fan.
Okay.
I'd like to know if you remember that big bad running back that J.D. Wallace brought with him from the team he used to coach, that he publicized so big and wound up being a dropout.
The big bad running back
Yeah.
from a team that Roberts used to coach?
Uh-huh.
All right. Who did Roberts used to coach? Do we know?
I can't remember. I only remember him with the Saints. I really
He
didn't.
came from that big bad team called the Richmond Roadrunners.
Well, who was the running back then?
Okay, his name was
You got your radio up. That's what's...
Right behind me got it on.
Yeah.
He was called Pete Van Valkenburg. I thought maybe you might have remembered him.
No, I don't remember him at all.
Pete Van Balken, what year was that?
Well, that was the first year that JD came right after Tom Field.
Oh, 70, yeah, 1970. So it didn't, he didn't work out, though.
Well, he made a lot of noise, and that's all.
All right. Hey, thank you very, very much.
Okay,
I appreciate it. That's Lee from the 9th Ward of the Midday Show. Ed Clancy from WWL News Radio 87. Okay, some lines have opened up if you want to get in. 524-8700 if you want to stump the champ, William D. Taylor, the world's #1 Saints fan, on the Midday Show. WWL News Radio 87. It's 24 before 3, and Mike Franklin has news. Michael, what have you got for us?
In the news this afternoon, President Bush interrupted his vacation today to meet with the new Prime Minister of Japan, who is visiting the U.S. Through a translator, Prime Minister Toshiki Kaifu told those attending a White House ceremony that both countries are pledging to improve their own economic houses.
I convey to the President my thinking that Japan will continue to promote appropriate macroeconomic policies as well as structural reforms and make efforts for expanding imports. I expressed my appreciation to the President for his continuing efforts to reduce the budget deficit, improve the savings rate, and strengthen competitiveness.
The two leaders held talks on trade matters and were expected to discuss a U.S. demand that Tokyo bear a larger share of defense costs borne by the United States in the Pacific. The U.S. is taking a tough line toward the new government in Panama. Barry Bagnetto has that story.
In a statement from the White House, President Bush said the United States would not recognize any government in Panama installed by military leader Manuel Noriega. U.S. Ambassador Arthur Davis will not return to Panama, and all diplomatic ties are being severed. Juan Sosa, the Panamanian ambassador recognized by the United States, believes Noriega is digging his own grave.
He imposes a precedent, and he expects that he's going to be recognized. This is another step in his downfall. The illegitimacy of his regime is clear to the eyes of the world.
Determined to keep the pressure on, President Bush promises tighter economic sanctions against Panama and steps to counter Noriega's support for drug traffickers. For now, though, Noriega is showing no indication he feels threatened by anything Washington does. Barry Bagnetto, CBS News, Washington.
There's a new panda cub today at the National Zoo in Washington, D.C. Ling Ling, the giant panda, gave birth this morning. The spokesman says the cub weighs about 4 ounces. It's about the size of a stick of butter. 2 summers ago, Ling Ling gave birth to a cub that lived only 4 days. WWL News Radio time. It's about 22 and a half in front of 3. All right, in 60 seconds, we're going to take a look at our weather forecast.
Hey, whatever, try something new, yeah. The finish line is waiting for you.
The Finish Line, Louisiana's finest off-track betting facility, brings back a week-long holiday weekend. It all starts Wednesday with a full card of Louisiana Downs daytime races.
Have a great time at the finish line.
Then Thursday through Sunday, stay on for dinner and enjoy an exciting evening of both Jefferson Downs and Delta Downs racing. Post time 6:30. And celebrate Labor Day with an extended twin bill of special daytime races from Jefferson Downs and Delta Downs. Post time 1 o'clock.
Have a great time at the finish line.
Admission's only $1 and there's always free parking. So try the week-long weekend this week at the Finish Line. Make your holiday reservations today at a Finish Line near you in Gretna, Covington, Slidell, Napoleonville, Houma, Parody, and Jefferson Downs and Kenner.
Have a great time at the finish line. 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 Woo!
Ooh. All right. Wave your white handkerchief. It's 21 minutes before 3 o'clock, and Brian Durst is in the Weather Center. Hi, Brian.
Hi, Ed. You know what just happened?
Yeah, the air conditioning came back on.
Yeah, and it rained.
Yes.
It's moved on away, but there are a couple of isolated showers in the city, but the showers are very small, so they won't last long. But it dropped our temperature from 95 to 82.
Golly.
Whew. But the humidity, of course, went up, so now it feels like you're in a sauna outside.
But, yeah. But I don't know if that's why we kicked out. I think they're working on it, so that may have had something to do with it. But it certainly is a lot nicer in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, okay, well, let's have a nice... Well, before we do that, let's just touch briefly on Gabrielle, very briefly.
Okay, Gabrielle, a hurricane with winds of about 75 to 80 miles per hour out in the mid-Atlantic, about
1,700 miles east of the Lesser Antilles, over 3,000 miles away from us, moving west. It won't even get into the Caribbean until the middle of next week, so nothing for us to worry about, but we'll keep you updated.
All right, let's have weekend forecast.
All right, well, for this afternoon, what's left of it, it'll be partly sunny and hot and humid, and a few isolated thunderstorms. As mentioned, there are a couple wandering through the city right now, but again, not too many of them. The high temperatures, mid to upper 90s, and the wind westerly at 6 to 12 miles per hour. We might see one or two isolated thunderstorms early this evening, but later on tonight, fair, warm, and humid. Lows only 75 to 80. Tomorrow, another partly sunny, unseasonably hot and humid day with just a few isolated afternoon and evening thunderstorms with highs in the mid to upper 90s. More of the same for Sunday and Monday. Maybe a few more thunderstorms, but still unseasonably hot and humid through the Labor Day weekend. No major changes. Right now, outside at the airport in Kenner, it's 92, 90 at the lakefront, 95 at Audubon, 93 in Slidell, but here in the French Quarter, 82 because of the shower we just received.
All right, well, I thank you, sir. And it's down to 80 what?
82, but once the sun comes back out, we'll be back into the 90s probably within the hour.
Yeah, thanks a lot, fella.
Okay.
All right, Midday Show with Ed Clancy from WWL News Radio 87. We are going to continue with William D. Taylor and your phone calls at 524-8700, the world's number one Saints fan. We're going to stick with the Saints no matter what.
WWL News Radio 87 and Popeyes are cheering for Super Saints in 1989. The bumper stickers have gone fast, but it's not too late to win Saints packages to both home and away games. Just send a postcard to Super Saints. WWL News Radio 87, 1024 North Rampart, New Orleans 70116. When the Saints are at home, you'll receive tickets to the game. Stay at the New Orleans Hilton Riverside and Towers and enjoy brunch at Cappy's on the River. A great place for brunch before every home game or any Sunday, featuring jazz with Tim Laughlin and a dazzling view of the river. Call Cappy's at 584-3880 for a jazz brunch treat you won't forget. When the Saints are on the road, you'll steer them to victory with tickets to the game and round-trip airfare from TWA. Today's TWA, serving over 80 cities in the U.S., including Hawaii. Just by entering, you could win tickets to the 1990 Super Bowl. Listen to WWL News Radio 87 beginning Monday, 5 to 9 a.m. When you hear your name, call us within 15 minutes and you are a winner. Send in your card today and listen to win from Popeyes and WWL News Radio 87.
Do you need advice on your garden? What to plant, when to plant, how to plant, where to plant? Well, WWL News Radio 87 can answer what, when, how, and where on the Garden Hotline with Ralph Snodsmith each Sunday afternoon from noon to 3 p.m. Your questions about gardening are answered on the Garden Hotline on your station for information, WWL News Radio 87.
All right, we're back on the Midday Show with Ed Clancy from WWL News Radio 87. And our guest is William Taylor from Thibodaux, Louisiana, and I have his book. This is just one of the many books he has of his trading cards and his Saints memorabilia. Just going through some of these names here, names that people will say, oh, yeah, I don't remember him. We have, let's see who we got. Charlie Bradshaw. Anybody remember him?
No, actually, Charlie Bradshaw, the yellow bordered cards you see there, that's from the expansion draft. Charlie was traded, I believe, in about March of '67 to Detroit. He never came.
John Morrow, I think we talked about him once before.
Yeah, at the convention.
Yeah. Now, Jim Taylor played with us, right?
Right, '67.
And he, of course, before that,
Green Bay
was one of the great running stars of all time. He's now in the Hall of Fame.
National one, 1976 when he was enshrined.
All right. Is that right? They're coming in on our private line now. Now, the one I have here, guess what I have in front of me, folks? I have a genuine NFL card on Florian Kemp.
With the Oilers.
Golly, what year was that?
Well, the card's 84. It's for his 83 season.
All right. He was with the Oilers for at least a while, huh?
That's right. 2 years, if I'm right.
All right. And I've also got one from a man named Dick Stanfill. Well, now, his claim to fame, in addition to being what these people call the football's finest offensive guard for can't see the year.
55, I think.
55, really? You don't put the year
54,
on it.
somewhere around there.
Yeah. Also, he was interim coach for the Saints.
1980, the last 4 games when we went 1-15.
All right, now we just get to the lines here. Holy cow.
Okay.
I can't believe this. All right, now we've got Joe from New Orleans East. What have you got, sir?
Yeah, well, I want to know who was the holder when he kicked the field goal, when Dempsey kicked the field goal, and also who centered the ball.
Okay, if I'm right, Joe Scarpati was the holder. He was the former. Okay. And I believe the center was Jackie Burkett, a linebacker.
And I got one other quick question.
Okay.
There was an incident that happened now this is nothing new since they were asking other stuff I'm going to ask.
Okay.
There was an incident that happened at a halftime. They were doing the War of 1812 overture, and somebody got injured when the cannon misfired.
Okay.
Do you know what game that was? I don't know.
What year was that?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
It was 71, I think, in that era.
I'm not really
after
sure.
That, all I'm going to say about it is after that, they used to have terrific halftimes.
That's right, because right now...
After that incident, I think they had them that year, but after that incident, so all of the halftimes just sort of dragged out.
Yeah, I just hope the guy had a good insurance policy.
Yeah,
I think the insurance had a lot to do with it. Thank you, Joe. Midday Show from WWL News Radio 87. Jim in Homa. Hi, Jim.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. What you got?
Okay, who's this, Bill?
Yeah.
Okay, Bill, this is Jim Cavalier.
Okay.
Okay. Bill, there's a person on the coaching staff of the Saints that is from Westwego.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
He went to Our Lady of Susser School in Westwego. He went to Westwego Junior High.
Okay.
Okay.
Turn down your radio, Jim.
Hold it. Do what, Jim?
Turn down your radio.
Okay. Bill, he graduated from West Jefferson. And I think he was on the Saints team when they first started, with the Saints as they first started.
Oh, okay.
All right?
All right.
And what is his name?
My gosh.
Do you know his name?
No.
I'm not sure. The way you described it, you sound like you wrote the Daily Double Clues for Jeopardy.
No, I went to school. He was a year above me in school. 1 year above me.
Do you know his name?
And he is with them now.
Oh, you know his name?
His name is Russell Paternoster.
Oh, there you go. You don't even have a card on him, do you?
No, he didn't actually play with the Saints, huh?
Russell's been the...
he's a trainer. Yeah, he's a training coach.
Oh,
Yeah,
thanks a lot.
Hey, I'm talking local.
Okay, well, that's good. Hey, at least he got from Homa.
I love it. I love it. Hey, thank you very much. He said Westwego.
Oh,
Said Westwego, yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. Hey, thank you, Jim. And over here we've got Fred from the lakefront. Hi, Fred.
How you doing?
Oh, hanging in there. You're on with William D. Taylor.
Okay. I got one that I know I'm going to stump you with.
Okay, probably.
Who was the ball boy for the Saints who went on to become John Meekin's lawyer?
Oh, wait a minute. I read that in a magazine, and I can't remember his name.
Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, what's his name?
Go ahead, Fred.
Okay, it's Bill Becknell.
Bill Beckner. I knew it was a Bill, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, sorry, you stumped the champ.
Boy,
Thank
you
you,
tell
sir.
me.
Appreciate that. Okay. Let's go over to Larry from Slidell. Hi, Larry.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Listen, Bill, I have a set of cards here. I don't know what year it was that Coca-Cola put out the
Oh, gosh, you're a lucky man. I only have one. I believe that was...
the complete set, and I was wondering if I should throw it away or keep it.
Oh, you better keep it. I'll buy it from you if you want. I only have one. I have Clarence Chapman. I believe they printed those cards in '79. But yeah, you better hold on to those things.
It's the one with Tony Galbraith and Emmanuel Sanders and
yes,
speaking about Wes Chandler, Clarence Chapman,
all those great people. Yeah,
Is Coca-Cola put these out only 1 year?
'79. It was all 45 players. Yeah,
I was lucky. I got a few of them. I got doubles on, but I got the complete.
Now, were they put out by the National Coke or by Louisiana Coke?
Yeah, this is. I don't know which
I
one.
think it was Louisiana. I think it was just local.
Yeah,
New Orleans area.
It says Chuck Muncie and Eric Fulton, Derlin Moore, John Watson.
I think Reggie Mathis is in there too.
Let's see.
Okay, well, let's see. Bill's getting his checkbook out, Larry, so
Conrad Dobler.
he might want to buy some of these.
Yeah,
Well,
maybe.
that's fine. I'll give him my phone number.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye. Midday Show, WWL News Radio 87. One call from Mark here. Mark, what you got?
Yes, I want to ask Bill if he ever heard of a player. A friend of mine said he played for the Saints named Jim Fountain. Around Danny Abramowitz's time he played.
Jim Fountain?
Yes.
Gosh, I don't remember him too well.
Was he bald and played the clarinet? No?
What year is that, you know?
No, I don't know the year. He's supposed to play second string behind Danny Abramowitz.
No, I can't really say I remember him.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Sorry about that.
Sorry.
Okay, maybe somebody else does. It's, golly, 11 minutes now before 3 o'clock. I think we'll have time for one more call. And, in fact, I'll take it right now. Hi, who's this?
Hi, this is Simon.
Hi, Simon. What you got?
Yeah, on this 00 number,
Yeah.
Okay.
if you'll check back, you'll find the first Saints team had a player by the name of Albert Logan.
Obert, yeah.
Albert.
In fact, I have his card with me right
Let me
now.
look it up. I got the card right here. And he's...
Zero, single zero. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We mentioned he was single zero.
I remember some commercials he did, which were a little better than Archie's, by the way.
Honey bread, right?
And I think that's what it was.
Yeah, that's right.
He had 00.
Now, I don't know about that. I remember in the 67 highlight film and on that card it has zero. Maybe he changed later on. I'm not sure.
It's hard to tell. No, this card has just a zero on it.
That's right.
Because I distinctly remember the commercials.
Well, if you count the
zeros on it.
If you count the ones on each shoulder, it's 00.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Hey, thank you for calling.
Sure.
Okay, Midday Show. WWL News Radio 87. This is one of the fastest hours we ever had.
That's right. And
I appreciate you coming up here and talking to us.
That's right.
And if you get a chance to go to the football game, don't forget to pick up your Yay Boo sign over there from WWL and Popeyes, available at New Orleans Center. Got 50,000 of them printed up, and it's just specifically for the officials for tonight's game. And Collie, I'm kind of exhausted here.
All right.
Do you have before we leave?
Okay.
Do you have, William, any piece of Saints trivia that would just knock our socks off that you don't think that a lot of people know?
Gosh, that's really hard to say.
Or one of the odder things. I'll tell you what, I'll give you 30 seconds to think about it, okay?
Okay.
All right.
If you're going to the Saints game tonight, don't worry about the Saints being penalized for loud noise. WWL News Radio 87 and Popeyes have a solution to the problem. On your way to the game, stop at a broadcast booth in the New Orleans Center and pick up your Yay Boo sign. And when it's time to make noise for the Saints, just hold up your sign and let the officials know how you feel. And the Saints won't be penalized. Stop in New Orleans Center and pick up your Bouye sign on the way to the Dome. It's from Popeyes and your station of the Saints, WWL News Radio 87.
All right, I knew we'd think of one. Go right ahead, Will.
Okay. Now, here's a good question. From 1973 in preseason,
Yeah.
can you name the now famous professional wrestler who was a pick by the Saints in 1973 but was cut in preseason?
Andre the Giant.
However, Andre the Giant was picked up, was asked by the Redskins to be a tackle. True story. But he never
Stop
played.
it, I can't stand it. Okay, who was it?
Paul Orndorff, Mr.
Really?
Wonderful. He used to be in Mid-South a few years ago, yeah.
No kidding.
That's right.
I didn't know. And he did what now with the Saints?
He was drafted, I believe, from the University of Tampa. He was a tight end, but he never made it past preseason. And if I'm right, 1973, I believe that was the year we had training camp in southern Mississippi.
All right. Well, listen, William Taylor from Thibodaux, Louisiana, we thank you very much. First of all, let's give a plug to your mom and dad.
Yeah, I'd like to thank them, as well as all...
Give me their names.
Bill and Teresa.
Okay, Bill and Teresa Taylor.
Okay.
Who else do you want to thank?
I want to thank all the people from the Hudak Convention, like Coach Jim Moore and his wife and all the coaching staff, Jim Miller, Entertainment Director Barra Bircher, and Greg Sweet, and of course Kenny Trahan from the Hall of Fame, the folks at the Saints Pro Shop, all those wonderful Saints stations, especially my favorite one, Angie Wagner's back. I'm the president of her fan club, by the way.
All right,
the only
all right.
Saints stations with a fan club.
All right.
Especially Tom Roussel, the only Saints player from Thibodaux High School.
Okay.
Kenner Mayor Aaron Broussard, Joe Gemelli, the president of the Hall of Fame. Of course, Jim and Archie for doing all those great games. The Hudak board, people like Dean Kleinschmidt, Tom Benson, of course, Gumbo, and people like that.
The late great.
That's right.
All right. Well, I guess we ran out of people to thank then.
Yeah.
William Taylor, I thank you for being here today. You're really a kick.
All right.
All right. And if anybody wants to know anything about William Taylor and the cards that he has, is there some place that they could call?
Well, no public number anyway.
Okay, I won't give it out. But I'll tell you what we'll do is if somebody wants to call here, we'll get him in touch with you, okay?
Okay, that'd be a good idea.
All right. Thank you very much.
All
Midday
right.
Show from WWL News Radio 87. William Taylor knows everything about the Saints. And we've got Robert Lee, who knows everything about traffic. Robert, how is that mess in the west?
Police the I-10 through Metairie, would you believe? We have number 4 now. We just had an accident occur probably 20 minutes ago. State Police